What's going on, guys? This is the Mad Vapist. My name is Mike. I am the Mad Vapist, Mad Vapor, whatever. It doesn't matter. I am just a little bit crazy. Somebody was asking me today why I am a little bit crazy, and I had kind of an interesting discussion with them. One of it, part of it is making my own mod from Home Depot for a very cheap price. Another one is because of the builds that I did out of toaster wire, because yes, it's a great resistive wire. It is a heating coil, so I figured why not, and I did that. But something that makes me a little bit mad, a little bit crazy there, a little bit off my rocker is because people will tell me things that are not safe or whatever, and I take it upon myself to find out exactly why I'm not supposed to do that. So my little video today is going to be kind of about battery safety. I don't know if anybody's going to take my word for anything or not. I really hope they do, because I've already done the test. I've done this stuff controlled, in controlled environments, so I wouldn't hurt anybody else. And things do get a little bit dangerous, and batteries are very dangerous, but at the same time, if you use them correctly, there is little to no danger. The most common battery on the market that people are using is an 18650 battery. I mean, I use it in my mods. That's all I have is the 18650s. I got 3 of them in here, 3 on the side, whatever. But the 18650s are found everywhere. A lot of people don't realize that you can find them in your power tools. You can find them in your drills. You can find them in Tesla cars. You can find them in your laptops. There's 18650s used all over the place, and not a lot of people have issues with those. Why? Partially because they're completely sealed in. There's no chance of getting a rip on your casing or anything like that when it's in a fully enclosed box. How are you going to rip the casing to where you have a problem? It's pretty difficult unless you actually try and tear into the box, which is why they tell you if you do that, then the warranty and everything else is kind of void, because that's not somewhere you should be messing around. Once again, I have done this kind of stuff, so I have actually torn into those batteries and had a lot of fun with them. But something a lot of people don't realize is what the dangers are if you have a tear in your battery wrap. What can happen is your battery wrap is protecting the entire negative side of your battery. The entire battery there is negative except for that one little piece at the top. Only thing that is positive. You have that little button right there that goes down inside your battery, and that is the only piece that is positive on it, and the entire outside there is all negative. So what can happen, especially if you use metal mods or anything like that, and mech mods are the worst for it, because what happens, you take that battery and you have a nick in the side. It's made to touch the negative contact only when you push the button on the bottom. If you don't have to push the button, you have a nick in the side there, then you don't have to push that bottom button to actually get the connection, so that it ends up auto firing, it ends up heating up, it ends up venting, it ends up blowing up. And if you wonder how violent it can be, there are some videos online there, and maybe I'll do one day when I actually have some extra batteries, and I will show you what can happen. It is pretty dangerous, it is very volatile, it is quite explosive, and it can happen very, very quickly. Another thing is, if you have a nick in your battery, like up at the top, on that top corner, if a coin or a paper clip or anything comes in contact with the positive and the negative side at the same time, it will go into a thermal overload, and it could possibly vent and explode. And when they explode, it is very violent. It is blowing flames out of it. It is high pressure. It is quite dangerous. That is one reason that, even though I may be crazy, I may be a little bit off, I still find out exactly what's gonna happen, so that way I can tell other people exactly why they shouldn't take such a risk with something that they're holding in their face every day. It's a pretty dangerous situation if you have that problem. So what a lot of places do is wraps are extremely cheap, or like we do at our shop, is if you come in with a damaged battery, we will rewrap it for free. And that way you can safely vape. It's not nearly as bad. Now, another thing that you do is if you use regulated devices. The regulated devices have the protection in them, so that way if something does happen, that it can shut down. It can try and prevent that thermal runaway. And also another thing is a lot of these regulated mods now are coming with like little cases that are plastic, and you have to slap them in there. If it's plastic, it's non-conductive, so that way it's not going to try and short anything out. It's not going to screw it up, and you don't have to worry about your batteries exploding unless you have some kind of short up top here. And even then, it goes into the mod, goes through the chipset that's in there, and it's going to destroy something in the chipset, or the chip is just going to tell it that it cannot fire, it cannot do it, it won't even work. So anyway, I figured since a customer came in and asked me how I knew about the battery safety and stuff like that, what I did to know exactly what was going on. I have blown up batteries. I have built extra low resistance builds. I have done parallel batteries. I've done series batteries. I've done regulated. I've done unregulated hybrids. I have done rebuildables. I've done tanks. I've dealt with all of that stuff, and I have done a lot of the things that they tell you not to do, like build extremely low on a single 18650 without testing it first. Yeah, you definitely want to get the resistance tested first, because if you have a short in your RDA, it is definitely going to cause a problem, and I had to throw my mod out the window. It was fun. But anyway, so if you have a tear on your battery, or you have anything wrong with the battery wrap, if it's torn, if it's ripped, if there's any metal showing at all, or if you're missing that little top nubbin piece or anything like that, please go down, get it rewrapped. It's really not that difficult, and it could save you your face. So you guys have a great day, and vape on.